Supriya Srinath has raised that the BJP is running away. We heard BJP is running away from caste census. Uma Bharti is saying give OBCs reservation. I want clarity from you. Is the BJP willing to consider reservations within women's reservation for OBCs? This has been a long-standing demand among many parties, particularly Janta, the old Janta Parivar. All of the Hindi heartland parties want this. Are you ready to consider it? Then I'll come to my other guest.
Rajdeep, see, it's very clear. We've waited 27 years for something like this to happen. And when I say we, it is the women of the country, right? I think the first step has been achieved. And obviously, the second step is definitely going to be to look at the constitution and make the right kind of decisions regarding OBC and various other castes, because obviously, as Umaji said, they're 50% of the country today. But then, having said that, you know that, we will have to revise, we will have to look at the revision of the constitution. That has to be the second step. For that one step, should we go ahead and stop what women are getting at
so
this
you're
point
saying
of time?
This is
That
the first
is the question.
Step. Okay.
Ram Manohar Lohia, that Umaji was talking about, he primarily said that the most marginalized of the entire country are women in itself, and they're 50% of the voters. So today we are talking about women, and then we will move on to the next step, talking about, trying to talk about OBC women. Now, ST, because the provisions in the constitutions already exist,
can I make a
that's
small
why
point?
ST has been considered. Now, OBC, if that provision needs to be considered, tomorrow the constitution will need to be revised. That will take a lot of time, and that is when Supriya ji, as she is putting it. And for Supriya ji, it's very simple. Did Congress have that in their bill? No, of course not. It is what it is.
Shweta Shalini, you made your point.
Partners.
Shweta Shalini, you made your point. I want Supriya Srinath to respond and then conclude this bit on OBCs, because, this entire issue was raised today by Sonia Gandhi, by Rahul Gandhi. It was raised by the Hindi heartland parties that have always raised it. Is the Congress basically doing this because you are targeting the OBC vote? Every party has realized today, Mahila vote and OBC vote. ये दो हमारे साथ आ जाए तो हम चुनाव जीतते हैं. That is the reality. The reality, according to me, Supriya Srinath, is the Congress has woken up to the fact that now OBC vote is with BJP. We need it on our side. That's the reality.
So I'm quite startled you say the Hindi heartland. You think the Tamil Nadu people don't want the caste census. You think people otherwise don't want caste census in Maharashtra and other parts of the country. Everybody wants a caste census. And that is a reality that the government is running away from. We have been saying, if you don't want to do a caste census, at least make the data public of the caste census that we have done. What is your problem? What is the rider?
How is caste census linked to OBC reservation? How is caste census linked to OBC reservation, ma'am? How is it linked?
Because, no, it is absolutely intrinsically linked. Because OBC population of this country has been asking for a caste census. And that will give us an idea of the kind of misery that they're living under, the kind of marginalization that they've seen, the kind of women representation that they must have. I don't think there's anything wrong in asking for women's reservation in that category. I just want to make one small point for 10 seconds and then you can move on to everybody else.
OBC?
And the small point that I want to make is that you've had a brute majority government in 2014, a brute majority government in 2019. You waited till the end of 2023 to get a women's reservation bill going. You could have got this done in 2018. We could have had reservations. Why have you put the caveat? Why are you making women of this country wait for multiple more years before reservation for them becomes a reality? That's a simple question that nobody in the BJP has an answer to, because this is yet another political jumla. कानपुर में एक मिठाई की दुकान है, उसका नाम है ठग्गू के लड्डू. वो कहता है ऐसा कोई सगा नहीं जिसको हमने ठगा नहीं. आपने देश की आधी आबादी को ही ठग लिया. अब वो, this is a carrot. It will keep dangling. God alone knows when this bill will be a reality. That's the reality of this bill.
I'll get Shweta Shalini to respond in a moment, but Reena Gupta and Dolly have waited very, very patiently. Reena Gupta, Aam Aadmi Party, does it have any issues at all with the women reservation bill as it is today? I mean, shouldn't even your party be really have given more tickets to women? The truth of the matter is that's where political parties failed, which is why we've reached this day. Reservation, in my view, not ideal.
Rajdeep, we are very happy that the Women's Reservation Bill has finally been passed. Having said that, I feel that it is another jumla by the Bharatiya Janata Party Imagine a young woman watching your program today, a young woman who would want to contest. She would have to wait for at least another 15 years, and we don't even know whether it's going to be more than 15 years. So if the Bharatiya Janata Party really believed in women empowerment, they should have passed the Women's Reservation Bill as it was. 33% reservation for women without any riders, without any caveats.
No, so you're saying it should have been in the 2024 elections itself? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Rajdeep. Because now it's a jumlebaji. 15 साल के बाद किसने देखा क्या होने वाला है? Why can't we have the Women's Reservation Bill for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections? Okay. That would have been a real victory for women across party lines. You remember, Rajdeep, in 2010, when it was passed through the Rajya Sabha, women across party lines, even women of BJP, they were rejoicing. How many women are rejoicing today? Because we know the reality. We know, we have seen how Bharatiya Janata Party keeps doing jumlebaji after the other. This is again another way of doing jumlebaji with the women of this country. And the second point is, Rajdeep, the second point is, if you look at the bill, there is no system of rotation, of reservation. So what could happen is that the seats which any political party thinks are difficult to win, those could be the seats given to women. Again, women are not going to be then represented in the parliament. So these are the nuances that one has to look into if you really want women empowerment, if you really want 33% women.
No, I want to make clear on the second point, ma'am. I have checked this. 1/3 of seats will be reserved for women, and by rotation with a 15-year sunset clause. Over 15 years, the aim is to cover all 543 seats, is what the government tells me is the intent of the bill. We can go into the details, but I want to introduce Dolly.
No, Rajdeep, that's not what it is. It says till the next delimitation.
I want to introduce Dolly Verma not as the way she's listed as an NGU, VU change leader, but as a woman Sarpanch. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're from Bihar, Dolly, and you're a woman Sarpanch.
Yes,
so
yes.
you have a ground reality.
Yes, yes.
One of the things that we believe is that women in local bodies are being dictated to by men. Sarpanch Pati. The man decides what the woman will do, often the husband of the woman Sarpanch. Is that true? Or do you believe even in Bihar, women ab empower ho gaye hain because of reservation?
So it's not black and white, Rajdeep. I mean, this has been a journey of empowerment. And if you say that Sarpanch Pati culture, it is not only in Bihar. I mean, it is something which is prevalent in whole India. However, even my current ongoing campaign, which is No to Sarpanch Pati culture, is about that. Having said that, it doesn't mean that reservation doesn't help. I am myself second time sitting Sarpanch in Gram Panchayat of Gaya, and I have seen my colleagues who are elected Sarpanches, who are elected Mukhia. They have resumed leadership themselves.
So you're telling me that once a woman becomes a Sarpanch, even in Bihar, she's able to assert herself. You have been able to assert yourself.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, because I have that privilege, that I am educated and I have got all the opportunities. However, there are some women who didn't get so much, opportunity to study and to explore for themselves. For them also, I am speaking on behalf that yes, this reservation in local governance has helped them not only in their family but in society, and it also give direction to the new people, to the young girl, to the youth who really want to come in politics and they want to grow in politics.